Well, hello once again, everybody. I wanted to do another little talky segment here and kind of discuss something that I've been noticing going on in the world and sort of in music at large. It's kind of just like how music has changed a little bit with its function in society a bit, or maybe not to everyone, but to a large section of people, I would say. Seems to be shifting a little bit. And I just wanted to add my 2 cents and kind of talk about the clarity on this subject. It's basically, now music is becoming like a source of misery. In the past, music and art existed, more to just bring happiness to people en masse. I feel like, um, and because a lot of the life was very utilitarian, it was like go to work, come home, go to work, come home, go to work, come home, that kind of thing. And so artistic endeavors are actually valuable from a societal standpoint for no other reason that it breaks up the monotony and it brings happiness and meaning to your life. Otherwise, it would just be a utilitarian nightmare of boredom and misery and suffering. But now it's almost as if we've kind of jumped the shark because of the way things are structured, thanks to the internet and social media. Now people are becoming very miserable about music. So what I mean is, like, instead of just playing guitar and enjoying it and sharing your things with people, it's becoming this cutthroat contest of abject misery and heaping misery onto other people, making them feel bad, personal onslaught attacks and things like that. And just really, it's the antithesis of the spirit of art and music, I feel like, is what's going on. And, a lot of people will say, well, that's driven by commerce and socioeconomics. Perhaps. But I feel that this wasn't the case before. And even I feel like when there was, I don't know specifically, but someone will have to clarify. When there was a bad economic downturn at the late part of the 80s, perhaps, before grunge came along, people were, maybe cutthroat there too. I'm not sure that it's been to this degree. It may very well be that the difference lies in the fact that now every bit of minutia is laid out before the public. So all of the thoughts and feelings that all of these people might have before, which were not seen, because in order to be seen, you would have to be like in the newspaper or on a magazine or on TV or something. Now we have instant access to everyone's innermost thoughts and gripes. So maybe that was there before, but it just wasn't made available to the public. And then that being magnified a million times by all of the people that are all doing the same thing, promoting their stuff by trashing everybody else's shit, and it's not in the spirit of music or art, and I really feel like nothing good will come of it. For example, you may get 1 million subscribers or 1 million likes or something, but all of the negativity bullshit that you've spread around, it's just gonna stick right with you, and it sets like a paradigm. It sets the arc of the development, and then the expectation is that you are the person that is the negativity harbinger, And I guess if that's your shtick, that's your shtick, But ultimately, those kind of situations always kind of end badly, and you kind of end up painting yourself as the villain, basically. And again, a lot of people, no one wants to think of themselves as being the villain. And what I mean by that is, even a person who's doing obviously wrong or evil things, they kind of think of themselves as like a social hero in some way or another. They are fighting the good fight against those horrible people that are fucking stupid, and they got shitty technique, and they don't know what good music is, and their aesthetic is just in the past, and I'm the hip new thing, and I know what's right for everyone, and yada yada yada. Setting the paradigm like that, where you're the arbiter of musical taste going forward. I mean, you're literally painting a target on your head and saying to the next group of degenerates, here, like, I'm the one to take down, like that kind of a thing, But most people are just looking for short-term gains, short-term gains to the maximum, because of the socioeconomic struggles that we're undergoing. But yeah, just wanted to kind of throw that out there, and let's talk about that and think about these things. Just really dumping on each other all the time. And the conventional logic is like, by doing this, we're increasing competition, and that means innovation, and not in art and music, though. In art and music, I feel like it has a tendency to simplify things. The competition and the cutthroatness of the situations developing kind of like cause simplification to creep in. Where everybody's looking for the formula that gets the maximum views, and then it stagnates and everything turns to just pure shit. It just turns into a formula, and just repeat. And then it becomes like binging Netflix or something like that, which I'm not knocking that, but this is art and music. I don't think it's supposed to be like binging Netflix. Yeah, and I don't know. And me personally, years past, I've drifted into that negativity myself. But it always just ends up making me feel dirty and gross. I'm like, is this really how I am? Like, I'm going to be this person that's just dumping on everyone all the time. And then it just invites criticism on what I'm doing by doing that, And I know there's some people that'll say, but you don't understand. My technique is perfect, or whatever. It's all subjective. It's all subjective. It's the same 12 notes. There's a maximum level of speed that can be achieved before it's just too fast to be musically useful, other than in 2 or 3 scenarios, and then there's only so many different things you can physically, biologically do. Um, uh, with looking at it as an algorithmic, like assessment of lead scale lines or something like that. You could, I'm going to go up this many notes and go down, and then use these intervals and do this, and then do it at this speed. I'm going to do it with these subdivision rhythm groupings. I'm going to do it with this tempo, and then, you know, multiplied by the styles that it would be used in, and so on and so forth. But what are we doing? I mean, are all of us collectively now trying to write technique books? Like what happened that suddenly everyone that plays guitar for like a few years is now a virtuoso in their mind or something? Like, now we're going to write technique books, and here's my course showing you how to, play fast guitar or something like that. And I'm not saying that's a bad thing to do. It's just, this is a headless beast. Like, pardon the pun over here. This whole thing in society is like a headless, mindless beast. It's driven by consumerism and the need to try to get a leg up on and outdo the other person to make more money than them. And I don't know that it's really improving anything as much as it's just kind of like homogenizing everything and turning it into a utilitarian nightmare. We all play the same few genres, and everybody sounds pretty much the same, except a little different here and there with their tone or like some little thing that they're doing. But it's like the production sounds the same. The set lighting they do for video sounds the same. They so on and so forth. They wear the same kind of like uniform clothes, and all this. And I understand maybe they're just having fun too, but I'm saying, stepping back from all this, detach yourself from it and look at it, completely objectively, like just detach from it. It's just like a sea of people that are just like, I'm the next big thing. No, I'm the next big thing. No, I'm the next big thing. You're bullshit. I'm the next big thing, like in a never ending onslaught of that. And I feel like it almost like runs the risk of making music irrelevant in some capacity, cheapening it to the point that it's just an exercise, like a mindless exercise that means absolutely nothing. Like that, these people like are not putting a filter on what they're doing and thinking about it like, it's just like views, likes, And I mean, I should be complaining about it because I've had a bit of a dip in my channel recently for whatever reason. I've upset the gray aliens, I guess, so they've limited me. What else did I have on here? Yeah, but yeah, I mean, essentially, I always go back to some of the artists that I find to be not just entertaining, but like fulfilling in some way. Because sometimes it is kind of like a greater than the sum of their parts type of a thing happening. Because we all know different chords and scales and rhythms and etc. and approaches and ideas and architectural systems of music. But these things come from like a higher cognitive thing. It's not just like, here's the formula, like a computer thinks, right? Like a computer is like, here's the formula, A plus B equals C equals maximum views or something. And, like, I don't know why you would want to be a computer. You're not a computer. I know there's like a legion of like robot boys that are like, into that kind of thing, like they're trying to compete with AI or something like that. But you know, AI is just doing the same thing that humans are doing, which is listening to what happened before and then changing it and then adding its own spin to it. But it's not creating an original anything. It's literally just doing the same thing that humans do, just faster. And I'm not so sure that that's anything. I mean, until we have a totally self-aware AI that's, you know, capable of like really coming up with original concepts, that then they're just basically the same thing as a human, only operating to a greater or lesser degree creatively. But anyway. Oh, anyway, that's enough of my rant for today. I thought I would just kind of throw this out there, stir up a little controversy, you know, and don't forget to like and subscribe, of course, to this channel, and go check out my drum channel when you get an opportunity to. I've also been promoting this Guitartricks website. You can find that in the description too, and go over there and use my affiliate link there. It's promoting Geiger. You can see the tuners here that I put on this guitar. Pretty good tuners, actually. I like the way these look. These Les Paul tuners here, they look really cool with this color scheme. You can use the affiliate link for that. Buy anything from their website, and you can get like 10% off or something if you use the code Tory Slusher, all one word. That's in the description. But yeah, I mean, basically, I'm just trying to say, you know, let's try to treat each other better as musicians, and stop being like little like peckerhead weirdo authoritarian nightmare creatures that are just like kicking the face of everyone else and then demanding that our shitty music be worshipped as something great, you know. So let's try to be nice to each other, as I just dumped on this hypothetical person. So whatever. Anyway, hope you've enjoyed this. Like and subscribe. See you on the next one.